film school or like go for a bachelor's degree first, or do people do both?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a part of it. My degree actually is in film and television production. Interesting, as technology changes so much, the world changes so much, even at the school I went to, it's not called that anymore. I think maybe it's called media arts or something like that, which is one of the reasons to find that it becomes difficult to go, okay, where should I go? Because there isn't this common name for the skills that you might need to learn, and there's different parts of it. I mean, if you want to go into the journalism end of television broadcast, something like that, there are schools that specialize more that way. So you really need to find the school that has the area of all this that you want to be in. But it's not real easy to actually just go this, because there's I mean, and really it is difficult to decide what part of this you want to do, because there's there's filmmaking, but there's also television production, which similar yet different. So there's really quite a world out there to investigate that you want. Because actually, I went to film school. I wanted to make feature-length movies, but then when I decided not to live in LA, the direct path for me was actually producing TV commercials in smaller communities, and that's really what it ended up. And it was very similar to what I went to school for, but wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. And then I've kind of been able to move more in that direction. So.
It sounds like you made a way to make it work. You found a way to make it work what you wanted to do, where you wanted to be.
And partly because of the changes in technology. It was very difficult in the late 70s to do much in a small community, because none of these little cameras really existed. I mean, yes, there were 8mm cameras, but every second that cranks through, you got to pay for the film and the processing. So it wasn't real cheap. It wasn't record over what you've done before. So it got very, very expensive. Even to do just 8mm movies was very expensive. So you couldn't do nearly what you can now. So the world has changed a great deal, but it has opened the door for people like myself who want to live in a small community to be able to make some things that are going to be seen, around the country, and that's been real nice. So, yeah.
All right. So like, if you do you get really any benefits or like retirement plan with your job, or do you have to like really fix that up yourself?
Well, where my regular day job is with an education service district here in Southern Oregon. So basically, my regular day job, as they say, is producing videos that pertain to education, essentially.
So you have to do more than just directing films?
Right. Okay. So, but that's how I get a regular paycheck, and uses my skills. And yes, there is a retirement plan. There's all this other stuff. So it's that kind of, even though at this point in my life I can do a lot of things that I want to do, it maybe is considered more a hobby than it is a business, because what I do to make a paycheck is certainly related to it, but it's not the ultimate what I want to do. So I mean, it's kind of like, I try to find an analogy here, like say you love to fish, right?
Oh yeah.
But you can make a living being a fishing guide, which means you're out there. If you're rowing the river, whatever, you're the guide. You're not getting to fish, but hey, you're making a living at it. But you love to fish. You don't love to be the guide. So, but it's very closely tied. But then on other times you're going to go out and you're going to fish because you love doing it. So I guess in a way it's sort of like that. Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, I'm the fishing guide, and then on weekends and evenings I get to go fishing myself. So that it's kind of like that.
Okay. What is your favorite part of the job?
I really enjoy production, and I think one of the moments that's just most fun for me is getting up early and getting the ball rolling, people coming in and getting set up, and just anticipating what's going to happen as the people start working together to create something, and especially these days, playing it back and seeing what you're creating together. That's really a lot of fun. And then there are also, what's interesting is the editing process, which takes a long time if you're going to do it right, usually. There are moments when you're editing where you just sit back and go, yeah, you get that feeling like, yeah, that works, that's great. So I think there's just moments in all of that, in the editing and the production process. But I guess you have all these little victories that come along through the entire process. It may be just finding an actor for a role and going, all right, we're good there. She's going to do a great job. I'm so glad I found this person. And so there's, like I said, there's all these little victories along the way that you really feel good about.
So pretty much just putting the pieces together, like having everybody.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
okay. Having it all come together and seeing it, seeing the creation of something.
Okay. All right. What kind of training? Wait, no, I already asked the question. My bad. How old were you when you realized that you wanted to become?
That's an easy one, actually, because it was like, for me, it was a light bulb went on. I was actually an art major in college, and 18, and I was drawing and painting were what I wanted to do. And then it just happened to be somebody, a guy I went to high school with, was visiting the campus I was at, and said that the other state school offered a motion picture production program, and it was like, that's what I want to do. I mean, it really was just suddenly like that. That's my art form. That's what I want to do. So, I finished out that term. I transferred schools. I enrolled in the film program, and struggled through it ever since.
Okay, so what made you really want to become a director? Was that just how that opportunity pretty much just came up? Like how?
Oh well, I wouldn't say opportunity. It's just there's so many things in life that it just takes something very simple to make you aware of it's like you never thought of it before. The seed was never planted, so it didn't exist. But once the seed was planted, it was like, well, yeah, that's pretty obvious to me. So it was more just seemed like the ultimate creative opportunity for me as an artist.
So what's your favorite type of movie to work on then, or favorite type of?
Well, feature-length narrative. I like. There's of course a variety of types of movies that I like to work on and that I enjoy. Most of the stuff that I do is fairly dark, fairly cynical. I want the kind of things that make people think about something. And it's sad to say I tend to be a little bit of my movies tend to have a negative tone to them toward life, and it's, like I said, it's hard to say, but it's it's an interpretation. It's an art form. So I do like making movies that kind of make people think about different things in life. But yet at the other side, I'd love to, if I had the budget, do a big song and dance musical, because I love that as well.
But just singing
yeah, I mean, but sort of the reality at where I am right now, budget-wise, I can do the dramas that involve interaction with people and conflict and whatnot a lot easier than I can bring in and choreograph dance scenes and have someone come in and write songs. So at this point, it's really just the opportunity to do these types of movies are there.
Okay.